Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Offshoot Beer Company. These guys are out in California. This is the Retreat. This is at 8.6% alcohol by volume. No date on the bottom of it. If you're going to be in the beer business, guys, and you're in California and I can get this in Virginia and you're not dating it, somebody ought to slap the taste out of your mouth. If you're distributing it, because you can buy these as singles here and it has absolutely no date on it. So I don't give a damn if it's a 10 beer. I would not purchase this. I did not purchase this one. This was picked up from my buddy Dennis and he brought it to me. He bought it at the Kroger store across town. I would not buy this beer, guys. I don't care if it's a 10 beer. If it doesn't, if they're going to distribute it all the way across the country and they can't afford a dating machine to put a date on the bottom of it, they suck. I don't care if it's a 10 beer, guys. We gotta have that. Gotta have that. I don't have any idea whether this beer is 3 weeks old, 3 months old, a year old. Don't have any idea, so I would not purchase it. So it's definitely into my go-to range, being 8.6%, but these guys that are producing this style of beer gotta realize you gotta have a fucking date on it, man. Come on. Wake the hell up. What are you smoking? It must be some good shit, that's all I can say. If you don't think a dating machine is important, I don't think your beer is important. That's how I feel about it. And I would walk right past it. Pick it up, don't have a date, goes right back up on the shelf. That's how homie does it. So, with that being said, let's get on with this. Hazy double IPA brewed with simple malt bill and hopped heavily with fruit-forward Mosaic, Cashmere, and El Dorado. Nice hops. Laced with delicate and aromatic tropical notes along with bright berry medley and a crisp mouthfeel that's like diving into the Pacific on a 90-degree day. Seriously, nothing beats the heat like Retreat. And nothing beats a good beer like having a frickin' date on the bottom of it. Alright, 50 IBUs according to what Untapped says here. So, without further ado, let's get this into the glass. Not super hazy coming out. Looking at what's coming out of the can, I would not say it's a New England style beer, but it may have all settled in the bottom of the can, not knowing how old the beer is. So, it is fairly well carbonated already. Already got about 2 fingers of head and haven't done this yet. So, it is kind of hazy in the upper part right now. This is just going to increase that head dramatically. So we're not going to be able to get it all in there right now. You've seen the jellyfish on this side. The other side, this has the name of the beer. Say this is a hazy double IPA. 2 fingers of head. It does look very cloudy, very hazy. I can see light through the thin part of the glass right down here. So to me, appearance-wise, not a New England style beer. So let's get it to the nose. A little bit of citrusy notes. And it does have a little maltiness to it. Maybe a slight hint of some pine. That's about it, guys. That's about all I'm getting on the nose on this. So, Offshoot, you need to step up to the plate, guys. I won't buy your beers. And you're not going to get a 10 from me. I don't care if it is a 10 beer. Doesn't smell like a 10 beer. So, let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dennis. Thank you. Same thing on the taste. I'm getting a little bit of citrusiness, a little bit of pine, and a heavier malt bill than what I would hope to have in an IPA or a double IPA. Now, if you like a malt forward beer, you might like this. And then, if you do like a malt forward IPA or double IPA, just cellar what you've got, and it will turn more maltier. So, let's get the back end pour in here, guys, in case any settling hasn't gone on. It is a little cloudier coming out on the back end pour here. A little bit of chunkiness going down to the bottom of the glass, so there was some settling going on, which doesn't surprise me. The beer tastes like it's a little older. And that's another reason why they do it, guys. If they don't put a date on it, you don't have a clue, and people buy it. I mean, that's what they're in the business, to sell more beer. And if they don't date it, you're not going to know how old it is. So they're hoping to sell more beer, and people pick it up and they buy it, just like Dennis does, and don't look for a date. So, but anyway, he'll learn, hopefully. I would have hoped he had learned already, but maybe not. Anyway. It is what it is. Guys, a little bit of chunkiness. It's got a little bit more cloudiness on that back end pour than it was originally. It does look like a New England style beer now. And it may have been a tastier beer fresh, not knowing the date on it. I have no clue of how old a beer that I'm drinking right now. Another reason why we got to have that. And it's 2020, guys. Step up to the plate. If you're producing these beers and you're selling them all out of the brewery, you're not distributing, I can understand it. Even breweries still do that. Treehouse comes to mind real quick. They sell everything out of the brewery and everything has a date on it. These guys have come all the way across from California to Virginia and there's no date on their stick. So this guy's not going to spend his money on it not knowing how old it is. So it's right out of the fridge. We're going to sip on it and we'll come back and give it a grade. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it about an hour. It's a tasty beer, guys. A little more maltiness, which tells me it may be an older beer. But it's a nice example. Now that I got the back end pour in there, it does look like a New England style beer. I would probably buy this beer if it had a date on it, guys. Especially since it's an 8.6%. Definitely into my go-to range for my go-to beers. But it has to have a date on it. On the side of the can here, it's got from your friends at the brewery, which makes some awesome beers. But this one says Offshoot Beer Company, so maybe contracted brewing at the brewery. I don't know. I don't have that information. I would probably guess that. That would be my guess. The guys at the brewery are doing this for Offshoot Beer Company, so definitely don't understand why they're not dating their stuff. That's sad to me, because I enjoyed this beer and I would probably buy it again if it had a date on it. So maybe I got unlucky and just happened to get one that Dennis picked up that didn't. It got through the machine. Maybe they are dating their stuff. If I see another one, I would look at it, and if it had a date on it and was fresh, I probably would pick it up again. But if it doesn't have a date, I definitely would not. So I want to know how old the beer is. 1 month, 6 months, a year, I need to know that before I'm going to spend my money on it. So, final chug here, guys. We're going to swirl it around so all that stuff that come out of the can on the bottom pour gets mixed up. Other than the heavier malt, and that may be where they wanted it to be, guys. I'm not saying malted because it's old. It may be where they wanted it to be, and they wanted it to have a little bit more maltiness. I don't know, but got to have a date for this guy. Final chug. Tasty beer, guys. If it had a date on it, this would be into the A- category. This is an A- beer in a B+ can, and that's where I'm going to put it. 88. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 91. it would be a 91 beer if it had a date on it, guys. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.1. Again, in their A- scale. Both of these sites saying it's an A- beer. And it tastes like it could be. But I gotta have the date for them to get that grade. So to me, it's an A- beer and a B+ canon. That's where I'm gonna put it. But that's just my opinion. Don't base what you're gonna buy, what you're gonna spend your money on that. You may pick one up and have a date right on it. I got unlucky and got one that didn't have a date on it. So I don't know if they're dating it or not. So if I see it again, I'll look, and if it does, I'll buy it, and if it don't, I won't. That's just how this guy rolls. So if you've had this one from Offshoot Beer Company, the Retreat, this is a hazy double IPA. Very smooth and easy drinking for 8.6%. Like I said, it's just sad to me that it doesn't have that. So with that being said, if you've had this from them, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge or the humidor. See you then.